Okay, hello everyone, my name is Miguel Lerconca, and this is my persuasive speech. Now, back in the 1950s, children were like up and about, working everywhere, going on late drives, hanging out with friends, working or as soon as possible, and leaving the house as soon as possible. Nowadays, complete opposite, children are no longer doing that. They're going out to study, and then they come back home, and then they are stuck there studying, and they don't leave around till the age of 29 to 30 years old. Now, study by Baca Federico, published spring of 2024, and by many others, in fact, too many to name, found that in 2007, the number was about 11.7 million, and now in our day and age, the number has dropped to 1.5 million of teen drivers. That's a massive number. 1 million is a really big number, and for it to drop, if we're going as a society, that number should also grow too, our children. Now, to see and to show you how this is going to be a good thing, of course, I'm going to promote to you why the independence will teach our kids the good thing, okay? Then, I'm going to go into my personal experiences, because I have experience driving young as well, of course, why not? Then, I'm going to talk about the financial places, okay? Because this will help you financially, okay? Now, as we know, number of teen drivers is dying, okay? And what for? When teens can become so independent. A journal by Noreen McDonald found that it does promote independence at an age when you get a license. You feel the freedom of being able to leave. And they even found this in their journal. Now, it promotes self-care. Trust me, it does. Why? Because you're forced to make your own decision and explore. Now, that could be all sorts of things. Like, you gotta take yourself from point A to point B. You gotta do your own decisions. Like, I want to go here. No, it promotes you thinking for yourself, because that's the best thing you can do as an adult. Think for yourself. Now, how do we ensure this? Through a program. And a program created by many scientists and a doctor named Einstein. I don't believe this was Albert Einstein, but this was a journal published in February 1st, 2023 by Sarah D. Sparks. And basically, it was a program just to help, well, specifically, people like me, people with ADD, ADHD, to focus on driving. Because, those people are known to be distracted on their phones, and then they don't know where they're at. Boom. That's the scariest thing about driving, because you always get distracted. Now, they found that the results were meaningful, and it actually had helped people very, very well. It had helped them. Now, what does this mean for us? Well, this program, of course, can be adjusted to regular people, regular teens, And this is how we can ensure parents that we can trust our teens. We can send them through this program, and they'll be okay. It's like it's an extra step to the test, And even then, if your teen takes the test, pass, that is enough to say, my teen is good. Okay. Now that we talked about the sciencey part of this thing, we're going to talk about my personal experience, okay? Now, I first used driving only specifically, and was allowed only specifically, to take myself from point A to point B. Whether it was either work or it was school. None of the above. Now, this showed me that I had to be responsible for my own time. Like, my parents were going to tell me, you got to leave at 8:30 to get to your class at 9:30 or 9 o'clock. I had to teach myself that. Now, you see, it's already showing that I can independently think from my mind itself. Now, I also had to drive without asking for my parents' permission. So that's pretty good too. It promoted me to do it more, because then I didn't have to worry about getting yelled at. That's the truth though, because when you're young, you're worried about that. Now, for leisure purposes, I did go around with some friends sometimes. Bowling, soccer, swimming, playing drums, anything, you name it. But I do know, and I did know, that I had to be responsible. Why? Because I had to take the role of a caretaker of my friends, to make sure I protected us while driving, so that we didn't die. Because the loss of a loved one is not something any teen should suffer through. Now that we talked about that, and we talked about my personal experiences and why you should promote teens for independence, we're going to be talking about my financial point of this view, and why it'll help you students financially and kids as well. Now, the thing is, a car can be used for many things. taking yourself from point A to point B for work. Delivering items to people or dropping them off. B, racing, have fun. Cars, do everything. Specifically, I want to look into the driving and delivering. More specifically, in Uber. Now, journal by Henry Campbell, published July 8th, 2024, found that most drivers, they make about $15 to $20 per hour when you sum it up, accumulate it, and divide it in hours, Now, that work isn't every consistent, like a regular job, spontaneous, but that's about how much money they're accumulating every time. Now, as far as it goes, pretty stable. They can get that fact that basically $15 to $20 an hour. It's not bad. Now, while some parents may question, why would I do that? Why not just become a taxi driver, which of course they want to promote. But Uber is more freelance. You can do things on your own time. Anything on your own time. You can do it whenever. So, why would we promote that? Well, that's easy. Because we're going to do this. We're going to show you while I load this photo up real quick, because I did not prepare this in time. But we're going to show you the comparison of an Uber driver to a regular driver. Now, you'll find that they make financially more. If I can freaking put full screen on this thing. Anyways. Okay. Well, we see here that hourly wages, you can see, it actually costs more to be an Uber driver than to be a regular taxi driver. So it helps, And this is showing you that these kids can do it on their own, whatever it may be. Now, so to review, we talked about the drop in teens and why it's needed for teens to get their license. We talked about my personal experiences. Then we reviewed how licenses will financially help them. In the end, we always want what's best for our kids, our adults. Now, I don't have kids yet, but I have a nephew, and I would want the best possible thing for him. I would never want anything bad for him. Now, it could be difficult for someone else to gain independence, but, we always want our kids set up best for the future. So why not do this for them? Thank you. My name is Miguel Arcon, and have a good night.